Go live in Facebook Live. We're going to do that now, and then we'll discuss today's game. We're on. Well, thanks for joining me in YouTube and Facebook Live. Thanks as always to the sponsors: Cornerstone Business Solution, Cleveland Systems Engineering, Galaxy Blinds and Interiors, RWT, Richard Wills Trading Associates, Advanced Utility Solutions, TGM Cars, and Burris Ship Museum. Thank you very much for your support throughout this season. There's a right few on back and board for next season, which is great. We'll be doing it all again next season. Let's hope it's in the Premier League. Today's team, if you don't know the team, against Coventry in the playoff first leg, it was Stefan, Giles, Lenihan, McNair, and Smith, Jones, Hackney, Mort, McGree, Archer, and Akpom. And on the bench was Roberts, can't even read the writing. Roberts, Fry, Barisa, Baleza, Dick Steele, Foz, Crooks and Bowler. That was the team. Well, last week's game against Coventry ended 1-1. That was a rehearsal. Today it was a real deal. What did I see today? I thought we started off very brightly, started off very well. I think for the majority we were the better team. I mean, Akpom, there was a brilliant move first half, 4 passes, Akpom on the end of it. He's went to dink over the keeper and score. It looked destined for the top right-hand corner and it hit the stanchion, the crossbar and the post. It would have been a great goal, great team effort. But anyway, hit the bar, unfortunate. Then Jones had an acute shot for come in for the right. Keeper near post, he'd have been disappointed if he let it go. And then with the ball in the net, Jones, I heard the whistle and the flag was watching on the TV. It was offside. They didn't have a lot to... I don't think Stefan had I think I could have went and goal today. I don't think Stefan had a save to make. I mean, they when they came to the Riverside last week, I was thinking, by the way, good team these. I'm not saying they're a bad team. They are a good footballing team. But we were a better team on the day. And but for the stroke of luck, Coventry hitting the bar, we'd have come back here 1-0 up. 0-0, hanging in the balance. It's still anybody's game. They came here and scored. We've went there and not scored. It's going to be a difficult game, but it's going to be exciting. And I don't think it's a game for the frail. I think, it'll be a nervy occasion. Some people might be saying already it's getting into extra time, penalties, whatever it is. But yeah, I enjoyed the game, and I put a tweet out there. The man in the match for me, I thought Akpom was great today. I thought his movement was great, his touch was good, his link-up play, his movement, clever. But Paddy McNair, Paddy's come in for a bit of stick over the course of the season. People saying, get Fry back, get this shin back. Paddy was outstanding today. And if you didn't see that, then you want to start looking at another sport. Paddy was tremendous. I thought he was good last week against the big... Number 17 will come. I'm not good at pronunciations. But he never got a kick today. Paddy having it in his pocket. I thought Lenihan played very well as well. But Paddy for me was fantastic. Well done the team and well done Paddy. We put up a fight. We put in a good shift. The downbeaters will say it's 2 1s and 9. Which is true. But hey, what? We know at least Wednesday it's win or bust. When we go to Wembley, who will we play? Will it be Sunderland or Luton? Looking at yesterday, I thought Sunderland played very well. Dear goodness, I couldn't believe the flicks and tricks, especially guys like Roberts couldn't get a game at Middlesbrough under Warnock. Warnock, I don't think wanting him because he's a footballer, but Mugger's a footballing man, and they were full of tricks and flicks yesterday. And after they lost the first goal, I thought, tell you what, you're getting bullied here. You're going to get beat. But fair play to Sunderland, they turned it round. And can you imagine a Middlesbrough Sunderland final at Wembley? It's a dream. It's a dream draw. Jack French says, painful last 15 minutes to watch, but overall we were much better. Foz needs to start on Wednesday. For me, Paddy, man of the match. Yeah, and there's a wee question for you. All years it's been on Paddy's case, and there's been plenty, and I'm sure Paddy's aware of it. Some unjustly, some justified. Would you change it on Wednesday now? Would you drop Paddy after today's performance? Andy Appleyard says, afternoon Billy, afternoon Andy. Before kick-off, we would have taken a 0-0 all day long. It's only half time. We managed the game well. Yeah, we did. Mort was great today. Does Howson start Wednesday if he's fit? Also, I start Jones again Wednesday. John's done some good things, and sometimes he was drifting in and out the games, Jones. Would I bring Howson back over Mort? Well, Howson's played the majority of the games, and he's been, again, very good when you consider he's, 33, 34. He's played the majority of games. He deserves to start in front of Mort. You know, we didn't win today. You know, we've drew. Would I keep the same team? No, I'd bring Howson back. But Mort was good. I'm not Mort, but not bad result. 2-0 up here. Norman Shute says 2-0. Liz says, I'm not sure that goal was offside if you look at the Coventry player's foot. Yeah, but one of the things, no VAR, so we'll never know. We can talk all day long. Carl Atlas says, hi Bernie mate. Hi Carl. We had some good moments in the match and was definitely the better team. Now on to the match on Wednesday, up the Borough. Yeah, if you're a Borough fan watching that today, you'd have been happy with what you've seen. I was more than happy. We took the game. I mean, started off just slowly, and then we started putting the foot down and creating things. And Paddy was man of the match, mate. Yeah, John. As I say, if you didn't see Paddy man of the match, you're obviously not a fan. Chris Andrews says he was going to have a good game at some point, Bernie, but I think McNair was very good today. I was one of the critics. Fair play. But today he was solid. Yeah, but the thing is, he's going to have a good game at some point. We could see that about a lot of players over the years. But the thing about Paddy is, he's done it in one of the biggest games of the season. This is one of the biggest games of the season against one of the best players in the division, if not the best. We've got Chuba, who's the best goal scorer because he's got 29 goals. This guy's got 21, made 10. And when I seen him at Riverside last week, I thought, dear God, he's some player. Today, Paddy tackled, battled, scrapped, didn't give him a minute's peace. The guy was moaning like mad, which is an indication he's losing it. So, yeah, brilliant. Happy to draw there, mate, Bernie, but overall, I think we will win at Riverside. But let's hope so, Dave. Let's hope so. Let's hope we get back in the goal trail. The goals sort of dried up. We were scoring 3, 4s and 5s. Had him in his pocket 2 times. Yeah, he did, John. Talking about Paddy. Ramsey travelled with team today, maybe be on the bench Wednesday. Well, hey, I didn't know that, but on the bench, unofficially. Yeah, he must be unofficially because he's not on my bench here. Ramsey, if he plays, let's hope he does, because Ramsey's been terrific, same as Archer since he's arrived from Villa. But when he returned to Villa, I thought absolute no chance of return. Why? Because he's not a property. Why? He'd been called into the England under-21s. Why would Villa risk, if they've got a big valuation in his head, why would they let him come to us a chance of getting injured? So, well, let's hope he is in the squad for the next game, playing. Akpom shouldn't have been carded. What do you think? Mizzy Maz, well says. I was shouting at the television. I'm not wanting to get involved with referees. I mean, he might be on the bench on Wednesday. Well, let's hope so. Akpom should have been, without a doubt, no way was it a yellow card. He went in, it wasn't his studs up, his boot was down. If anything, he was going to get hurt at the top of his foot. So for me, never a yellow card. Was definitely offside, mate. Jack, if it's offside, it's offside, but it's hypothetical, it's gone, and there's no VAR. But there will be in the final if we get there. That makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? Don't have it the whole season, have it in the final. Paddy didn't give the big effort an inch today. Same again Wednesday. Hopefully Howson back. Give us a better shape at the back. Who was your man of the match, Bernie, mate? Well, John, you've just joined me. Paddy McNair all day long. Thought Paddy was brilliant. Lennon was good. Chuba, I thought was fantastic. Although he never got a goal, I thought his movement, his touch, driving at players, getting free kick after free kick. Bernie, I was halfway down the street with my frupney bits out. That's a Cockney rhyme. Spinning my ship round my head when Chuba's shot came back off the bar. How's that not going in? Terry, I mean, the whole move, there was about 4 or 5 Borough players involved. It's went to Chuba. If you've not seen it, he's in the box, inside right position. Keepers can rush out. He's clipped it to sort of put it over him. It looks going in all the way. And the keeper somehow clipped him by fluke. and it's went up spiraling in the air, and you still think it's going in, and it clips the bar in the post on the right hand side. Unbelievable. Ian, hi Ian, thought Moat had a good game as well. Moat did, you know, yeah, I admire forward thinking players and attack minded players. He's not that, Howson's not that. Players in the past that played central midfield are not that. I get to do a job, and Moat was good today. I'm not knocking him. But if you're talking defensively, Paddy was head and shoulders above everybody. For Jones, I think probably that will be the case. I would bring, if I was changing it Wednesday, and it's no Son Jones, but I'd bring Foz in as well. He's played a cameo appearance today, come off the bench. I'd put him in, put Howson in. That's the only two changes I'd make, no matter who's fit. Matty says, great result for you. You fancy us to beat them home. Great result for you. Fancy to beat them home. So Matty, Marky, Weymouth, I guess a wee clue. I think we fancy it. I don't know if the bookies would have us as favourite, but we must fancy ourselves. The way we passed the ball about since Carrick been manager, I mean, brilliant. It has that, John. Yeah, we've been terrific under Carrick. Either snapped a hand off for a clean sheet. Well, obviously away goals don't count and all that, do they? So it's neither here nor there. It's just half time. The old cliche, true saying, half time. One game, win or bust. That's it. No more. Win or Wembley, or win or holidays. This is clear cut as that. So I just snapped a hand off. Let's see how we turn up Wednesday. Full house. We'll never have a better chance. Paddy, man of the match. Agree, Bernie. Mott was very good today. Didn't put a foot wrong. Yeah, Andy, we agree with that. Matty says all day Howson for Mott, mate. He doesn't offer enough for me. Matt Salmon says Howson is fit and will be back Wednesday. Neil Squibb says got to get the ball in the box more. 2 identical free kicks, 30 yards out, and we ended up back at the keeper. We're talking about the messing about at the back again. Oh, that's how we play. I know that's how we play. And sometimes it works, but there was twice today we nearly get caught. And one was to Paddy, who was having a great game. First half, I'm sure it was. Keepers played it to Paddy. Bad. Played it just outside the box, just off centre. And Paddy almost got done. I think he'd be knocked out for a throw-in. And then there was another bit of nonsense. It's not worth the gambling. There's no return. And Wednesday night we make a clanger, make the wrong decision, dodgy pass, gambling, thinking we're Man City, we're going to get done. Stop messing about. Even at the end of the game, we're still trying to play it pretty. Paddy had a cracker, him and Lenihan. Yeah, Lenihan was very good as well. Paddy definitely man of the match. For Sarah, John Blenny says, once again, I thought Jones was poor. Howson back in, not injured. McNair was superb. We should win Wednesday. That's for John. And we have give our best all or nothing, mate. Sometime mess about at the back instead putting it in the stand. There's a time and place. And it's not at the end of the game. Messing about, playing it short and gambling. Next goal, the winner for me, Matt Salmon. Yeah, hey, whoever gets the first goal Wednesday night, you'd have to say, well, they're obviously in the driving seat. Depends when they score it. If they score early doors, then there's still loads of time. If they score late on, or we score late on, then I think it's good night the opposition. Evening, Bernie. Hurry, clean sheet. Hurrah, clean sheet. Well done. Hurrah, he says. So Paul Kearney says, evening, Bernie. Hurrah, clean sheet. Yeah, it's something we don't usually get. McNair was man of the match by a mile. Hopefully we'll do him at the Riverside. I thought Sunderland did well last night. Well done, Mugger. Yeah, well done, my old mate Mugger. Love Mugger. Love him as a human being. He's got the lot and he's got it in abundance. I loved his celebration. It was after the second goal yesterday. He did that. We used to do that in Middlesbrough. We won a game that we used to kid on, we had a cigar. I used to even do it that way. I thought Mugger doesn't smoke, but I used to go like that. I remember giving Lenny Lawrence one when we got a cigar, at Wolverhampton Wanderers, Molyneux, when we got promotion into the Premier League, 91? I remember passing my cigar. Lenny was like that. At the time, obviously, we didn't see eye to eye, and I think he thought it was going to explode in his face. But yeah, big cigar. That's what Mugger was indicating, I'm sure. Bernie, when Borough played Notts County in the second leg of the playoffs after the draw at Ersam, did you still believe you'd win the game? So Bernie, when Borough played Notts County. No, I didn't, Craig. And the reason being, because Colin Todd had went publicly, locally and nationally, and all the press, saying that he was going to let 7-8 players go if we got promotion. And I was one of them. I had a nightmare, along with a host of players. Would you turn it on for a manager who says he's going to get rid of you if you get promoted? Unfortunately for Toddy, he went before any of us. That was one of the worst bits of management verbally I've ever heard. That you're letting everybody know who's interested that you're letting 6, 7, 8 players go if they get promotion. Is that a motivational skill like? The kid from Man U, good player for the Matins. Diallo, what player he is. Dear goodness, what about the free kick? By the way, I have to say, some of the flicks and tricks. Sunderland, they're a young team. They've got, and this is the thing, I know we're here to talk about Borough, but this could be our next opposition. They've not got centre-backs, they're injured. They're playing guys out of position. And Patrick Roberts, the flicks and tricks in such a high-profile game, I don't know how many flicks and tricks, I don't know how many times Roberts... I was with Tony Mowbray weeks ago and he told me that Roberts was nutmegging players. I seen him nutmegging 3 yesterday. He was looked up, they threw the legs and they were showboating to a degree. Anyway, forget Sunderland. We're the Borough and it's 0-0. We're going into the Riverside on Wednesday. I actually thought they'd be bringing a 1-0 lead to the Riverside, but happy at 0-0. Did they have a shot on target? I'm sure Stefan was unemployed. I reckon I could have went in the day. Martin Smith, the praise the T-Sport sycophants have been given today's performance is nauseating. We know they ain't going to criticise. Oh, here we go. Who's this for you? Oh, this is a. I have to read it and just bear with me. It's long, but Martin's got his opinion. The praise the T-Sport. I take it that's the one that was given the rights after me and Ali, God rest them. Sycophants have given today's performance is nauseating. We know they ain't going to criticise excessively due to being paid. Not in the last 6-8 games, the attacking play has left a lot to be desired. Akpom is playing too deep. There is no way he should be coming into his own half. There was once he was in the own box today and he gave the ball away. I understand when McGree was out that might have been occasionally necessary, but definitely not when he's in the team. In fact, McGree doesn't seem to know where he should be. It's no coincidence that since him coming back, the chances have dried up. He needs to play in the hole. But Akpom, coming back, hold on. But Akpom ahead of him, and Archer either parallel or just ahead. How many chances, that's a cat just wrecking my room, don't worry about it. How many chances is Jones going to be given? Waste after waste. Opportunities, it annoys me just watching. It must be worse running into space for him, constantly lose. Beleza, he's been effective every time he's come on, but still persists with the steady but negative and Loney Moat. I don't get how, that's one thing I don't get. Why is Beleza in front of Moat? Obviously, Moat's a more defensive-minded player, but I think Beleza's a better footballer. I'm sure he will be. This is not the system that created so many goals. Coventry or Dyer, both matches we've dominated possession, created what exactly? The truth will set you free. There is no way you'll be fawning or any honest fan over the way they played in the last 2 months. Only one positive today was a rare clean sheet, and I'd put them more down to how average they are. So that's a Borough fan who's venting his spleen, looking at the negative side as opposed to the positive side. Well, I said when I come on here, we've won 2-9. The goals have dried up. And this is the one thing, the only player that should have not been rested, in my opinion, is Chuba Akpom. Chuba Akpom was left out against Luton, along with another 4 that night. The result was irrelevant because it was a nothing game, really. We were all saying we could meet them and we don't want to give show a hand. Chuba never played, and since then he's played 3 games now, he's not scored a goal. Every time Chuba came on the field, I thought he's going to score. In the last couple of games, he's not, and he's not really been in it. But today he was very good, and he was very, very unlucky not to score. But to leave a top scorer out in the richest Vinny's form, his career, for me was baffling. And if you're buying into, it was because we wanted to keep him fit and not get injured. Well, we played in the last 2 nothing games. So we rested him. We don't say dropped in the modern terminology. We rested him against Luton. Then he comes back the next 2 games, which are nothing games because we're in the playoffs. Can he not get injured in those games? I still don't get it. I'm not going to go, I'm just saying to go the modern philosophy and psychology as to why? Why Akpom? Why not drop Stefan? Why not give him a rest? He's played every game when he declared himself fit. Why not give him a rest? We rest a guy who's got us up there, who's won every accolade in the championship, and now he's went off the boil. Off the boil, he's a great game of day. Off the boil, hasn't not scored in 3. He was scoring every game. Every time he crossed the line, he looked confident, up for it. He's going to score. Last couple of games, we bit off the boil. The day was good, but never scored. But that's 3 now. But he was scoring every game. But look, will Sunderland get to Wembley? Stephen, will Sunderland get to Wembley? Come on, man. Talk about the Borough. Yeah, I hope Borough and Sunderland get there. I was worried Coventry were going to score from a corner, which they didn't deserve to have in the first place. For Missy Maz. What a relief they didn't. And that's one of the things, they're loaded with big lads. They're a bigger side than us, taller side. But yeah, I thought defensively we did the job of it. We never gave him a sniff. Definitely bring Howson, but Paddy, my God, what a game he had. This is Visay Newlove. I'd like to bet when he went for a shower, he was still in his pocket. David Olsen, I hope he doesn't go to the shower with his clothes on. That'd be a bit daft, wouldn't it? David Olsen says, was listening to commentary, McNair's name was constantly being said. Well, that isn't biasness, that's real. First half we attacked very well. Second half we sat back a little bit. However, we outplayed them today. Just need to finish with a couple of goals. Up the Borough, full house on Wednesday. We all need to sing the lads. We always do sing for the lads. That's for John Peacock. Gareth Nolan says, hello Slav from Morocco. Hello Gareth, you're sitting in Morocco. I'm sitting in a room. Dear God. Watch the game. Paddy played class. Some crucial titles. Oh, there was he took a couple of knocks in the nose and that, but he was up for it today, Paddy. He deserves a holiday after Wembley. No one has mentioned Archer. Had nothing today, service-wise. Fair point, Craig. Archer wasn't in it. And one of the things, and I says to my pals going into today's game, and this is what I think, not many balls were put in by Giles today, mate, up the Borough. Very, very true, Sean. Giles is my biggest source of creativity. He's made more goals than anybody. Teams know, nullify the balls to him, stop him getting crosses in, they're not going to be as effective. But Archer, being 5 foot whatever, needs a certain kind of delivery, we know that. We can't put balls 25 feet in the air for a 5 foot lad. We notice about his pace. Chuba goes deep. But the thing we've got against this lot, and the thing that I used to, I didn't dread it, and I've said it, when our defence over the last 10 years under Wilder, Warnock, Karanka, Pulis playing 3 centre-backs, and everybody raved about the centre-backs, how good they were, I used to say, well, hold on a minute, 3 centre-backs against 1 centre-forward, or 2 attacking players, oppositional players against 3 centre-backs, 3 should always come out on top. Well, these play with 3. And that's 2 games we've not scored against them now. And the odd game I used to play when I was at Middlesbrough during that 382 games, whatever, some games we'd go out and I'd look up the pattern and think, they've got 3 centre-backs. There's only 2 years. 3 against 2. And the linesman's in their side as well. So it's difficult to break down 3 centre-backs. We've done it enough to other teams. This team's doing it to us now. That's 2 games we've not scored against them. We were better than them. The best chance was Chuba when a bit of luck and fortune by their keeper hit him. I thought Archer had today. Chuba staying deep. If Chuba goes away, that lad's isolated against 3 centre-half, hairy-ass centre-halves. Don't think the balls will put him down. Yeah, so Giles needs to be doing more. He's been brilliant this season. He's up there for player of the season. But Giles, they've all marked his card. And if we get Sunderland in the final, and Sunderland were there and we're there, Mugger would, first thing he did, say to him, like, Giles, first thing Mugger did when he was at Blackburn, we went there in the league last year before, Jones was in fire at the time, Jones marked him out again, they won 1-0. Hello, Slav from Morocco. Yeah, so you enjoyed Morocco, Gareth. Stephen C. Smith is, we dominated the game today, Bernard Joseph Slavin, we just need more service to the front men, but definitely happy with the draw. Ramsey and Howson, hopefully Wednesday up the Borough. Yeah, I agree. Martin Smith says, Archer starved again and subbed. No way to convince him. Crooks came on. 0 touch of consequence. Foz brought on, never once went forward. Well, Foz been out for a few weeks now. I personally, if he declares himself out, I think he'll start Wednesday. You can't drop Paddy after today. Michael Carrick, who's did fantastically well, he'd be a fool to drop Paddy after that. I mean, don't forget, last week, Paddy was good against that guy. That guy was a handful last week. I couldn't believe how good and strong and aggressive and fast he was. But today, he looked an average player. He was losing the head. I think we have to go for it Wednesday. Well, that's the thing, John. We have to go for it. The onus is on us. We're there in front of 35,000, the majority of Middlesbrough fans. The onus is on us to take the game to them and go and destroy them. But they're a good side. Paddy lost half a tooth as well. Ha ha. Funny about that, Daniel. Half a tooth. It's not very funny. Steve Cuff says Archer looks lost without Ramsey. Hopefully he plays some part on Wednesday. Full Riverside 12th man will make the difference. 2-0 Borough. As I say, Ramsey playing, would he come in Wednesday? I don't know how fit he is. But if you were Villa, would you let him play for Middlesbrough? Okay, would you let him play for Middlesbrough? Knowing that he's got value in his head, he's been in the shop window, he's attracted a lot of attention and praise and deservedly so. I don't think I would. But let's hope they do. Right, they might have got a few more quid off Middlesbrough to make sure he plays. Maybe it's in the contract when he signed, if we make the playoffs, he's part of it. But people can always feign injury, can they? Played well, Bernie, for Graham Maddison. Doesn't matter about that's 2 wins and 9 now. It's all about how we play on the day. McNair had their lad in his pocket. It is, but if you're in the rich vein of form, it's better if you're buying in goals left, right and centre. It gives you a bit of feel-good factor. But today the lads would have grown confidence thinking, we've went there, put in a shift, they've not had a shot at goal, our goalkeeper's not had a safety mate, and we've had a couple of half chances, one great chance. Keeper didn't need to save, it was straight at him. Needed a drink. Wasted set pieces yet again. Well, Martin, that's about 3. Martin said, oh, sort of a critical, sort of a clump. There was one, I'll tell you, one of the best moves and clearest chances. In hindsight, possibly should have been a goal. The ball's been whipped in for McGree, first half. Chubas came for deep, sort of inside right across. He's got in front, a better header, it's a goal. He's glanced it by the left-hand post. That was probably the great chance that went a begging. Annette Nelly Shue says, we need to turn the Riverside into a fortress on Wednesday. The fans need to be in full voice from kick-off. Come on the Borough. I thought Hackney was cool with his play. Paddy 70-yard passes. I thought Hackney was cool with his play. Paddy. There was one that Hackney, I think the free kick went to their advantage. And it was nonsense. Fanning about the wrong areas again. Give it to Hackney. He actually fouled the lad just outside the box and we get the free kick. It was their free kick. But again, messing about. It's not worth it. It's not worth doing it. I get why we do it, because every time the keeper hits it long, it goes to them. I get it. Get my, excuse me, get my Super Michael Carrick t-shirt made for Wednesday. Paul Macon. I'll be looking for that in the crowd. I've seen both games live. A build-up play has been slow. Wednesday, I guarantee it's quicker, higher tempo. We do, from the off. Let's go for it. Let's go for the jugular. Hello, Bernie McNair was a brick in the wall today. Up the Borough band, the Borough fan. Yeah, you've seen the same game as me. Think we've seen how effective Howson is in the team. He's the heartbeat, he is. Foz will start on Wednesday, so the right will provide better service and free up Giles on the left. Let's hope you're right. I don't think Foz looked quite right when he came on. But he's been out a few weeks. He's obviously had an injury. I don't know what the injury is, but let's hope he's fit and ready to go on Wednesday. Playoff wins for Borough and Albion, your Scottish team, on the cards next week. Albion Rovers. Playoff wins for Borough and Albion, your Scottish team, on the cards next week. Not sure I could take Mugger beating us at Wembley with Blunderland. I don't think it's something we want to take or even contemplate, but the reality is, if the two are there, then it's obviously going to be Carrick and Mugger. It's a laugh because Mugger's a Borough lad, manager of Sunderland. Carrick's a Newcastle lad, manager of Middlesbrough. Bonkers, isn't it? They're professionals. It's a job. It's a job. And both are doing a great job. I mean, Mugger, I'd written Sunderland off about 4 months ago. Well, the turn of the year. I thought injuries, strikers injured and going back to clubs, the parent clubs, no chance. And here they are, incredible. Frustrating day today, as if with Paul McLean. Controlled most of the game, however, we need to find our attacking prowess and start scoring goals at ease again. Coventry arguably more dangerous now with nothing to lose. Pressure will be on us to make home advantage. Well, it is the onus means that's us. The pressure is on us, Paul, to go and exploit them. I mean, I think we scored 1 and 3. We were scoring 3, 4s and 5s. We were scoring goals for fun. It's when you were in the playoffs, it's when the injuries came, it's when Chuba went out of the team. There's a lot of different reasons as to why we've been derailed scoring goals. Thought Isaiah had a decent game, unlucky in the penalty shout. So you're blatantly telling us that because you felt let down by manager, you thought screw the fans in. No, I didn't actually say that. Not just at me. Look, professionalism. You're meant to think, I'll put you in the position. Your gaffer at whatever you do, Martin, has told you you're getting booted out the door, Martin. You just keep doing the business, but you're getting booted out the door no matter how good you do. Would you pull all the stops out? If you do, you're an idiot. I'm only being truthful. There was 6, 7, 8 years in the papers, local and nationally. That's a cat, by the way. Saying that he's going to get rid of us. No, subconsciously. I still wanted to score for me to say up you, but I'd be doing him a favour. The 7 lads he's letting go, he'd have been doing him a favour. So, put yourself in that boat. If you'd pulled all the stop for your gaffer who's booting you out the door, see you later. If you would have put all the stops, you're an idiot. I went out hoping to do well for me, first and foremost, the fans, but not for Toddy. And the other lads would have thought like me without discussing it. I can't remember if anybody ever discussing it before the games, but I think we drew 1-1 at home. I think Jimmy Phillips scored, if my memory serves me right. Then we went down to Notts County and get beat. Everything was all right when we beat Chelsea, wasn't it? Because Bruce was top manager. He wouldn't have said something like that. Don't forget, Toddy was his number 2. He was a novice in management. Hi Bernie, played well today. Finished the job Wednesday up the Borough. I hope you're right, Peter Sloan. At least we didn't lose today. Now Wednesday, we have to give it everything from a start to finish, Bernie, mate. Yeah, you're dead right. Where are we? That was before a ball was kicked. I thought Coventry would bring a 1-goal lead to the Riverside. They had no shots on target and 10 off. Well, I says that, Leslie. They didn't have a shot on target. I mean, my granny could have went and goal a day. She could put a sun lounger on. It was quite a nice day. Put the Ombre Soler on and no shots on target. Martin Smith, you okay? This is for Andy Appleyard. Martin Smith, you okay? This is Martin, a previous contributor who's put a few things on his Borough. Borough played well today. It's playoff semi-final, you know. So Andy's telling a contributor, Martin Smith. Martin Smith, you okay? Played well today. It's a playoff semi-final, you know. I'd love a Borough Sunderland final. We win in penalties and Mowbray applauding the Borough fans when we sign Tony Mowbray. Well, let's hope we do. I still see half-wits on social media saying Mowbray's a Judas. What are you on about? Mowbray's a Judas. He's a professional. We had him at Middlesbrough. We kicked him out. He got a raw deal. He didn't get a good deal. Now he's at Sunderland. They're our enemy and rivals. I get that. But Mowbray's he was through the toughest time in Middlesbrough's career. He was loyal, successful. Like that 86 squad. He still lives in the area. You're calling him a Judas. Did you call Janino a Judas when he jumped ship 3 times? You pick and choose. You're selective who you call a Judas. What about Stewie Downing left and come back? I'm a fan of Stewie Downing. Love Stewie. He came back, twice? My pal Pally came back twice. He was a Judas. He went to Man United, came back. Is it just Judas because you go to a rival team? Come on. It's called professionalism. We nullified them. That's Coventry going all out for the win. Advantages. As I say, we have to take the game to them at the Riverside. Go for the jugular from the off. I'm not saying pure gung-ho, but let's put the frighteners in. And we have to play better than we did at the Riverside last week. Don Gordon says, hi Bernie, how's things? It's good, Dan. Obviously amazing to be in the playoffs, but think we could have done better today. Dan, I would have took a draw before the game. I was saying to my mates, a draw would be a fair result. It turned out that way. I'd be happy at that. A 2-0 defeat, I think we'd be going out. That's what I thought going into today. Now I'm thinking, we've got a great chance of getting to the final. Great chance. Jones was our only outlet. Keep him in. Jones was the only outlet, but Foz can do that job, can he? Dave McNally just up the effing butter. Ben Dunkley says we didn't need to force it and risk a Sheffield Wednesday and be out of the game before we even get the home game. We looked good early on and it became a bit cagey later, but it set up nicely for the Riverside Wednesday. Hackney young lad done us proud. Yeah, Hackney's done brilliant, Michael. Well done for giving him a mention. Satisfied with the Borough result today, drawing 0-0 today in the first leg of the playoff against Coventry. Thought Paddy McNair, this is for Andrew Hill, thought Paddy McNair was outstanding today for Borough and he was my man of the match, up the Borough Bernie. I don't know who the TV gave it to, but if you don't get to Paddy, then you probably couldn't spell football. It was as clear as the nose in your face, whether you've got a big nose or a wee nose. Paddy was head and shoulders above everybody. Colossus he was. Goals have dried up. Ramsey and Foz are not in the team. With either or both, they were strong and creative. This is for Nick Henderson. Jones doesn't chase back, gets knocked off the ball. McGree seems to cover more for Mort, but Howson plays McGree is more mobile. Dan Gordon says, have you heard anything about Chelsea being interested in Akpom? Moga, one of our own, that's for John. I've not heard anything about. I'll come back to that. Bernie, are you still on good terms with the Pope? Any chance you can ask some divine intervention on Wednesday, please, mate? Yeah, I'll have a word. With him. Have you heard anything about Chelsea? I've not heard anything. I've not heard even any rumours regarding Akpom and Chelsea. If Chelsea not got enough players, they've got 40 players in their books, haven't they? They've got about 20 strikers. Look, Akpom will be on the radar of a few clubs, along with Carrick and along with all the loan players that's been in the shop window while they've been playing for us. And if we don't make it, then the luck could blow up my faces. I think it's when a bust. That's my gut instinct. I look at it and I think, we've got everything in front of us. It's all or nothing. If we go up, we'll have money at our disposal, more money to bring in better talent, bigger talent, bigger names, better players. If we don't, the three teams that come down get loads of money and we will find it harder. Those people out there, and there's loads of you, some of them are my mates, and I tell them to their face, you're idiots. We go down, we're going to be better. If we don't make it this year, we'll do it next year. How are we going to do it next year? The three teams come down and get a boatload of money. So they've got money to go and spend. Money to burn. We've not got the money. We've got 5-6 players on loan. The manager's under scrutiny. Chuba Akpom's the best striker in the division with 29 goals. Everybody will be looking at them. And we're a selling club. So it's all or nothing for me. I really, really hope and pray we make it into the top flight. Great for everybody in Teesside. Whether you've got shops, pubs, shops, the club itself, the industries run about, those that's fortunate enough to have a job. Everybody's boosted by it. Adrian Patterson says, let's get that Riverside rocking on Wednesday. We can do this up the Borough, I believe. Derek Whitehead says, how sad are Coventry fans letting fireworks off at 1 a.m. outside Borough Hotel this morning? Well, it didn't do us any harm. We were the better team, Derek. Dave McNally says, Giles can only cross first time if there's a touch or needs to take a player on his passing back. One word, Billy, let's give it a best. This is all you can do. Ask, go out and enjoy it. I agree with that, John. Go out and I bet that's flicking back to Sunderland. When I watched Sunderland flicking and tricks and all that, I thought, I can hear Mugger, probably similar to Carrick, go out and enjoy it. Yeah, there's a bit of pressure, but it's enjoyment. We're going to be playing on Wednesday. The majority of fans are singing our names, our team's name, Borough, and individual names. They're all there to see us. They're on our side. Pressure. It's not real pressure, is it? We scored against them Monday. Andy up here says, hey Bernie. Yeah, it was one each, yeah. Hey Bernie, you getting the bagpipes out again for a Neil Granger song? My little lad loves those Borough songs. Am I getting the bagpipes out? Might get the caber out, toss it all around the village here in celebration, naked. Terrible thought, innit? Adrian Patson says, Bernie, you said we haven't scored against them. Sorry, okay, it was one each. Yeah, one each. I think I meant to say 1 in 3 games. I think it's 1 in 3 games we've scored. I think that's what I meant. Thanks for correcting me. Yeah. Hey, I'm excited. My adrenaline's gone. I'm a Borough fan. we all benefit Borough getting promotion. I want to watch us in the Premier League. I want to see the best players coming to our club, playing against them, pitting my wits against them, playing attacking football against them, unlike Karanka's escapade, 4 wins in the season. That was embarrassing. At least Carrick will have a go. I watched Middlesbrough, the Spirit of 86. What a great watch. Do you still fear flying, Bernie? So I watched Middlesbrough, the Spirit of 86. What a great watch. Well, thanks for that. That was made a while back. And we all met up recently for Gary Pattinson, of course. That was a great night. Do you still fear flying? No, Mizzy Maz. This is for the lady, Mizzy Maz. For those that's got a phobia, I would encourage and say go and get help. There's help out there. I went to see a hypnotherapist many years ago because I went off it for 3 years. Some people say, how did you go off the flying? I was playing for the Republic. I was in the World Cup squad. I had loads of flights. I was taking prescribed tablets, which I don't usually do. I don't take tablets as a rule to calm me down. And then I went and sought help and I got sorted. And within 5 months of me going to see a hypnotherapist, I went to Australia, then I was in Dubai, and then I was going all around the world. And now I'm on the plane. I love shooting along a runway, getting up there, purely phobia. It's like people scared of mice or rats or spiders or colours or clowns or whatever you've got, phobia. Yeah, so no, love flying again, back on it. Back on the big bird. Matt McNeil says, all right, Bernie, just got back to the hotel room down at Wembley after watching the Women's FA Cup final. I watched the game in the local boozer, which hopefully will be full of Borough. Thought it was job done. Well, Matt's no job done, it's half a job done. But if you'd have said before the game we go there and get a 0-0 draw, you'd be more than happy. We need to shoot more. A few times we tried to up the ball in. Maybe we should have been letting fly, Hackney especially. Well, Hackney, I says, throughout the season, that's for Chris Libby. I've said throughout the season, Chris, that Hackney, very good player, very good season. Has to score more goals. If it was his pal or his agent or his dad, I'd be saying the same thing. He has chipped in now about 4 or 5 goals. But yeah, he has to shoot more. Be more confident, be more selfish, have a shot. Jason Marr says, wasn't blown away, but professional performance, away draw to bring to the Riverside up the Borough for Jason yet. Colin Ibbotson, hi Colin. We'll get the job done at Bouncing Riverside. Paddy was superb today. I'm confident for Wednesday up the Borough. John says, Bernie, remember when you lived out the back of the Bluebell, you see walking your dogs. Yeah, I used to walk the dogs down there. Up there from Borough for Dan Gordon. It's a bit aggressive. Chris says, Coventry, no shots in target. Says that. Can't say we didn't do a job today. No, we did. We done a job today. And Paddy had him in his pocket, the big man. Why do we keep passing back all the time? Well, over the course since the coach Carrick's come in, there's been we don't pass it a lot, squaring back. That was the manager before, and the one before that, and the one before that. Carrick encourages going forward in football. Today, the onus is on them. They're the home team. I would expect a different game plan on Wednesday. Forget the pass in the square. Let's go for it. Paddy was unreal today, Bernie. Everyone had a bad patch. Let's not get on his back and get behind the players and manager with Paul Macon and make the Riverside rotten for Coventry. I'm sure they will. The fans have been brilliant. This is going to be the best atmosphere ever on Wednesday night. I don't get this. Pressure is on us talk. It's do or die for Coventry on Wednesday as well. The pressure isn't off Coventry now. It's ramped up for them to do better than today. No, it is, but we have to do better than today. Although we were better than them, we have to do better today. By that I mean scoring a goal and one more in the opposition. How Sunderland have got to the playoffs is beyond me. Talk about luck. But good luck to Tony. He's a Borough legend, along with yourself and the other boys from 86. Look, I think Tony Mowbray went in records months ago as saying that remit was mid-table. The hierarchy was happy with that. And I think everybody's shocked, surprised and gobsmacked that they're actually in the playoffs. In the playoffs. With no strikers, no centre-halves. They've not had strikers for 6 months. Akpom will get 2 goals Wednesday. Leslie, I hope you're right. Good evening, Bernie. People, not you or I, but people wrote Paddy off today. He was man of the match. Brilliant. It was fantastic today. As I say, dare drop on Wednesday, no matter who declares herself fit. Paddy's in that team. David Olsen says, can we expect to see your backside in a shop window if we get promoted again? Oh, David, you've not been watching. You must have just joined us in this. I've been doing this for the last few years. I said start of the season we get promotion, full frontal somebody's front window. But it needs to be a big window. So if you've got a big window, you could be in the reckoning. 5 at the back at home shows Coventry were wary about us. No, they play 3 centre backs. That's the way they play. And they will come and they will frustrate us. And when there's 2, if it was me and Ian Baird was aggressive and totally different from me, good in the air, I still thought, again, 3 centre backs. The midfield really need to get forward and help me. The wide men need to get balls in the box, get them turned so I can lose one of them. But 3 against 2, 3 defenders against 2, centre backs against 2 strikers. And don't forget, Chuba's 20, 30, 40 yards away sometime for Ramsey. It's difficult to break them down. The goal we scored against Coventry, it was 48th minute. It was injury time. We had a chance, now all of a sudden, boom, top corner. There was a scramble in the 6-yard box and Archer hit it top left-hand corner. Great finish, but there were few and far between the chances. I'm nervous, Bernard. Trevor, so am I. I'm trying to hide it. Bernard's a professional. You'd be hoping another club would be wanting you, surely. Every game's a shop window. Cheers for reading my rant up the bottom. No, right, Martin, I'm not here to hide or if you give me stuff, I'll read it out. I'm not bothered. It's your opinion. That's why we do things like this. I'm not governed by anybody saying, oh, you can't read that and put that in the bin and vet the colours. I know that goes on. I'm not like that. I'm not into that. As a president, you would be hoping another club would be wanting you, surely. Well, if I was playing for Middlesbrough at the minute, I'd be hoping I get promotion with Middlesbrough and I'd be staying put. Then again, if I don't, and I've never played in the top flight and that's my ambition, then obviously you want to move on. So, yeah, and you're in the shop window. But what I'm saying is, Villa, we've got Ramsey and Archer from Villa. Ramsey went back, and they're talking about he could be back Wednesday or whatever. Ramsey, Archer aren't our property. Villa must have agreed a contract with Middlesbrough, the season contract that the playoffs are included. Because otherwise, why would you want a player that you value at 50, or 2 players you value 15, 20 million a piece? Why would you let them play in playoffs, chance of getting injured, and you're going to lose out? Dave Burt says, we need to avoid Sunderland in the final, I reckon. Can't be doing with the hassle and the distraction of it, all for both the fans and the players. Imagine if it was Borough v Sunderland at Wembley and Newcastle have Chelsea the same day. Is the Newcastle, did I not hear today, Dan? I might be wrong. Somebody told me that Newcastle games changed, the dates changed. For me, that would make more sense to avoid clashing in bandpots. I think you should watch a different sport. You don't have a clue. So negative. Andy Atwyard, I think you should watch a different sport. You don't have a clue. So negative. Are you talking to me, Andy? I'm saying if you don't think Paddy had a good game today, then you're bonkers. No, you personally. Anybody. A lot of people was on Paddy's case throughout the season. Look, Paddy said, in different season by his standards, when he first came in, breath of fresh air, moved a couple of positions. This year, people have been on his case, people have been on Jones's case. But today, all those that wanted Fry back or whoever back to replace Paddy, I dare they're not going to say it today. Paddy's a definite starter. He'll be the first name in the team sheet after today's performance. Yeah, when I listen to football fans, sometimes I think, some of the people that comment, no one here, anywhere, everywhere, whether it's papers, television, radio, I think, you're bonkers. You've not got a clue. Some people out there haven't got a clue. Mowbray's a professional and shit hot manager. But I'm honest, I don't want to play Sunderland for obvious reasons up the effing borough. I get that, Stephen. I mean, if you're going to say Mowbray is... he's a traitor, he's a Judas because he's a professional and he's went to a local team. Yeah, you're bonkers. Self-mannered to think like that. As I say, you're selective who goes, who comes back. Happy with the draw, but the balls forward are too heavy. I'm out for goal kicks. A few of them were overhit. We lost possession for Craig. TV gave man of the match to Paddy. Oh, thank goodness for that. Thank goodness for that, Colin. Who was the summariser today? Was it who was the summariser on the game? I know Gary Weaver was. I know Gary for my days in radio. Was it a lad for Wolves? Bernie, do you think Peter Beagrie is a Judas regarding 86? Craig, no, I don't. I know a lot of people on Teesside call him Judas, but when you look at the nuts and bolts of what actually happened, at the time I probably did. Don Goodman, yeah, Don Goodman. He knows his football, Don. I met him the last time he was there with Gary Weaver doing the Sky and he came in for a drink. He knows 10 minutes, right, flown in. He knows his football. So what was that I was going to say? Bernie, do you think? No, Peter Beagrie, I believe when the club didn't pay our wages, Middlesbrough Football Club, our club, the club we support and we love, and the T86 team of loyalty, Beagrie escaped and jumped ship. I heard they had a kid, his wife had a kid. Obviously needs to feed the kid along with his wife, and we weren't paying any money. We weren't, and the club had broke the contract. So Peter Beagrie at the time, if his wife's had the kid, which I know she did, he has to feed them. If Middlesbrough, his employers can't pay his wages, then he's got every right for survival and head off. I was panicking. I was living in a 25 grand mortgage house in Westbourne Road in Linthorpe. Street house. Couldn't pay it. Bottling it. Phone my late father every day saying, I think we're going under, how am I going to pay the mortgage, And then eventually the PFA, but Beagrie never knew that. None of us knew that. We could have all been hung out to dry, but every one of us within our rights to leave Middlesbrough Football Club, and if we'd have all done that, Middlesbrough might not have even existed. This guy gave it to Paddy, well done. Paddy McNair was superb today. That's 2 games he's snuffed Gyökeres, is that, I can't even say his name, number 17, out the game. As I say, the other day, or last week, don't even know what day it is, there was a couple of times Paddy got too tight and the big lad rolled him and got forward with his pace and Paddy was strong, but Paddy stuck at it, and today was magnificent. At Newcastle Airport, Bernie, hope we do it as I be in Spain, my Borough top on. Well done, Timmy. Show the Geordies a Borough top. We should bring back Mugger at the first chance, make him director of football. Is brilliant. Can you imagine Borough going up with Mugger on board? Mugger's done very well with the kids he's got. He's got a lot of kids at his disposal. I call them apprentices. They're not tradesmen, they're young lads. But they're all armoured with ability. As I go back to yesterday, I watched the whole game because we might be playing them and I want to see what we're up against. I know I've seen them in the past, but I want to see them now with the injuries and the guys have lost. And yeah, they were impressive. And by the way, Luton were a big, strong, physical team. They thought they would bully them. They did for the first half hour. Coventry fans letting fireworks off, laugh out loud. Tuesday night, Borough fans will be playing Knock a Door, Run in the Hotel. Hold on. All night long, laugh out loud. Remember when you lived at Westbourne Road with your dogs? Yeah, I do. Wednesday become one of the biggest games since Brighton at home. And like you say, Bernie, a lot is riding on it. So many lone players have came in and impressed. I would hope Ramsey plays on Wednesday. I thought Moat did okay as well. Yeah, Ramsey would be one of the biggest boosts. Yeah, for me, Ramsey would be a massive boost. Great result, Bernie. McNair gets a load of stick, but he was outstanding. Needed more from the strikers today. This is for Brad Highfield. On to Wednesday, up the Borough. Michael Husband says, can see us at Wembley, but Mugger, regretfully, as a Borough legend, will walk away victorious. Wow. I mean, my son, he's a massive Borough fan. He says before the place, I hope Sunderland don't get in it. I hope they don't get it. I hope we don't meet them. I said, why are we frightened of Sunderland? Bernie says he's tossing his caber at Wembley. No, it says in the Villa, he's not at Wembley. Way if we get promoted. Yeah, I'm tossing the caber up and down here and in the Villies, man. I hope Luton take it out in Sunderland as I feel Mugger has Borough's number. Well, Adam says, how do you think McNair played? I thought he played a blinder and made some good hard tackles. Well, you've obviously just joined us. McNair was unbelievably good. Head and shoulders above every player. Up against one of the finest, if not the best centre forward. No for goals, all-round player. He was amazing. I was delighted for Paddy. Because he came in for a fair bit of stick this season. Some it justified, some it not. And it's hard to take some time. And he did it in a big, big game. And he's definitely in the team in there Wednesday. No, Billy was replying to Martin Smith. He has been so negative. Oh, sorry, Andy. I thought you haven't got me. As I say, only if you give me stick, that's fine. But if you want to give the other lads stick, that's even better. I'm only joking. Don Goodman, yeah, Don. I'm sure that both of them will be at the Riverside Wednesday. Yeah, I know both of them are both great lads, and Don's obviously got a good eye for a player. That was my man in the match. Hi, Bernie. Hope you're well. Great result on Wednesday. On to Wednesday night. Paddy has been unbelievable the last few games. I keep touching the wrong button to play him, and it was Don Goodman in commentary. Thanks for that, Bernie. Why do you think is the team to beat? Why do you think is the team to beat to get promoted? I'm a Sunderland supporter. I think you mean who, yeah. So, Bernie, who do you think is the team to beat to get promoted? I'm a Sunderland supporter. Well, after watching Sunderland yesterday, my gut instinct is I think Sunderland. Well, I've looked up. Sunderland have a very good away side. I mean, you get battered at home about a month ago. You get done. You get absolutely battered. Is it 3 or 4 at home? But your away form's good. I think Sunderland's a far superior footballing team than Luton. Luton's a more physical team. And I think if I was a betting man, I'd say Sunderland are going to get there. And looking at Borough, getting in I think the team that scored the first goal, I don't think there's much between us. My only fear is their big centre forward comes alive again, but McNair's been so good today, then no, I know he can do the job asked. As the 3 centre backs breaking them down. To break them down, the midfield need to support. Akpom needs to stay up a wee bit more. The midfield have to support more, and the wide men have to get involved and get more balls in the box and get the 3 turning for us to be successful. So Sunderland Borough final, wow. I was gutted when Tony took that job. I called him all the names under the sun. I remember you did. But it's a job for him on his doorstep. He's a red card boy, so good luck to him. He was on here. Big style. He got rid of Strachan's expensive Scottish, sounds like rankers, and they dropped him in it. If we need a manager in the future, he's a man for me. Come back, mugger. Pam Turnbull says, why is Michael Carrick called the Borough head coach and not Borough manager? I miss you and Ali Brownlee commentary. He'd say we won 3. Yeah, he would. John, go dress him. Michael Carrick is called head coach because he is head coach. Managers are a dying breed. Karanka was a coach. Walnut was a manager for 40 years. Well, he done brilliant keeping Huddersfield up, but he had a manager tag. But at Middlesbrough, he wasn't calling all the shots, so he would run a bit way although we didn't call him, I don't think. He'd be a coach. It's coaches now, not managers. Coaches mean they coach the team, pick the team, but they don't necessarily bring the players in and sign all the players. And that happens at Sunderland as well, where Mugger is. Hello, Bernie. Today was a tough game. You reckon we get the job done? Mohammed, yeah, look, after today, and the way that we created chances, a couple of good chances, half chances, they created no chances. But the onus is on us. The pressure's on both of us. And whoever scores the first goal, I think we're going to win the game. I hate to say that, but I still think with the goals we have scored and we've still got the top scorer on the division in Akpom. It still peeves me off that he was actually rested, dropped, because we tried to protect him for injury, supposedly, and yet he played the 2 games following that, and now he's 3 games without a goal. When he was in form, he looked on fire. It looked as everything he kicked turned into a goal. Yeah, that just, for me, that just disrupted him. Should never have dropped the other lads, rest them, whatever. But Akpom, I'm still not a fan of dropping the striker. Archer was quiet today, he was. But he's up there on his own against 3 centre-halves. That's a very, very, very difficult role. Imagine yourself, no matter what level you're playing. You're up front, you're playing against 3, and you're 5'0" against 3 big 6-footers. And the guy that you're playing off is maybe 40, 50 yards behind you in Chuba. Chuba received the ball today in our 18-yard box. I think he gave a bad ball away. He could put us under a bit of pressure. Chuba has to go deep, but maybe not as deep as that. Sunderland AFC looked good, they did. John Tandy Jackson, I'm going 3-0 to the Borough on Wednesday. We are too strong for them. And it's time Coventry cracked. Oh, I hope you're right. John Connor says, hi Bernie, watched the game in my shop in Mallorca. Hiya John. John Connor, met John years ago in Spain. Owns a shop, sells loads of gear, loads of football shirts. His boy played football, I think, in America. He's a big Celtic fan, he'll be delighted. No, yesterday's Celtic Rangers. Funny how Rangers beat them, John, won it 3-0 in a nothing game. Easy when the pressure's off. Borough played very good. Hope it's Borough versus Sunderland final. Hope you're right, John, and hope you're still enjoying Spain and going abroad. The guy with flying, winning 29 goals, 1 goal away from tie. John, as I say, look, Michael Carrick's done magnificent. But I'm talking with my striker head on. I wanted to score every game, whether it was training, reserve game, friendly game, pre-season game, first team game. I wanted to play every game, score every game. Chuba, when I interviewed him 7-8 weeks ago, whatever it was, less than that, he had the same mentality as me. I knew interviewing him and chatting to him. He wanted that. He wasn't bothered about playing well. He wanted to score the winner. That's what I wanted to do, score goals. And to knock him out of his rhythm, and now he's went 3 games when he was scoring every game. Every game, everything he hit was going in. I just thought it was bonkers. I'm not a fan of that. Not a fan of that. And don't come out with the rubbish. I heard the rubbish. No, for everybody. Fans, players, whatever. Oh yeah, we have to protect and watch injuries. And then we play the next 2 games. The nothing games, we play them again. You get injured jumping out the car, getting out of bed in the morning, taking the dog a walk. Setting fireworks at Borough Hotel was silly by Coventry fans. Mohammed, we ain't making any excuses. There's no excuses. We've done well today. If we can get past Coventry, I'd really fancy us against Luton or Blunderland in the final, as I reckon the bigger Wembley pitch and their style of play a good fit up the Borough. Could be. Would you want to be dropped in 29? I'll be honest, if any manager that I worked under had says they're going to arrest me, I would have went knocked on his door and had a confrontation. I don't mean boxing, verbally. I would have vented my spleen and gave it. I've got you in this position. I played a massive part in getting you into this position. You're a young rookie coach and you're going to arrest me. How dare you? I'm the best you've got. Oh, but you might be injured. Well, does that mean I'm not playing the next 2 games? And if the answer was yes, then I'd be really infuriated, but then I would get it. But to drop 1 game and then come in the next 2, I don't get it. The more people tell you, the more you start believing it. I'm going to read these and that's me finished. I've overshot the runway. It's 2 minutes past. Robbie says, I saw your post about the game regarding Paddy McNair. Yeah, I put a post out saying well done to Paddy. John says, not created a great deal at the minute. Not created a great deal at the minute, meaning goals. Yeah, I get that. Leo, going to be on every occasion on Wednesday. I think we've covered that throughout the day. I think we will do it. Bernie, Andy, yeah, we had 4-4-2 our attack next week for Chris. Yeah. Frank says, who was your man in the match? It was Paddy. Dick says, hanging in the balance, 2 good sides. Hey, it's going to be a difficult game. Gilles was quiet as well. Never seen the runs or crosses today. We need both wings firing on Wednesday to get the balls. And no cells for Archer again. Yeah, but if teams like Coventry do not know that Gilles is my biggest provider, then I've not been watching video evidence, have they? All those wanting Fry back in place of McNair, would you change it now for Wednesday? Well, I've already asked that. Nobody's replied. Bernie, what's happened to Ramsey? Well, we've spoke about Ramsey. Returned. Chuba looked a bit gutted when he was dropped. He did. I'd have been gutted. I'd have been on the rampage. Nonsense for me, it's nonsense. Bernie, we play like this on Wednesday and we have no worries. Tony Seaman. Bernie, what about Ramsey? Yeah, Ramsey went back. He's injured. He's called into under 21s, which suggests he's fit. And some people are saying that he's back in the squad and he'll be in on Wednesday. We'll find out. Neil says, no Howson, even in the bench today. That's a concern to McNair instead of Fry. Well, this was obviously, must have come in before the game. Louis says, after the first leg being played, who's going to make the final? Who do I think? Sunderland Borough. Frank says, when you were at the Borough, you were involved in playoff games. Well, yes, I mentioned it before. Bradford, Chelsea was the first playoff ever. It was 2-leg affair in and in the final. So it was semis 2 legs and then the final was 2 legs. None of them were played at Wembley. We relegated Chelsea in their own backyard. That was the best moment in my Middlesbrough career. Played somebody mentioned earlier, Notts County, we lost, but the manager or the coach at the time, Colin Todd, says he was going to get rid of half the team. So I don't know how he thought that was going to be beneficial to the players and how they were going to pull the plugs out for him to keep his job and us all to go. Ludicrous, bonkers. And then I played for Port Vale against West Bromwich Albion. Full house in front of Wembley, and we get beat. Centre half, Peter Swan gets sent off early doors. When we're doing live next, Bernie, will it be Thursday night? I'm definitely doing it Thursday night. I'll be doing a bit Total BS podcast tomorrow, and then I'll be doing a live on Thursday night. We'll do it Thursday night because Wednesday might be mayhem. There might be extra time, penalty kicks, whatever. Let me see. Jojo says, going into today's game, only a couple of victories in the last 8. Yeah, well, we've mentioned that. Today, today we never get beat. We never conceded a goal. First clean sheet for a while. When live next, Bernie, mate, you're on. Yeah, I mentioned it Thursday. Probably say about 7 o'clock Thursday. Make it earlier. Some people get work. Fran says the kickoff times a day are a joke. I agree. The times and days are a joke. I agree. 12 o'clock on a Sunday. Look, we know it's Sky or all the big BT. The clubs are all in bed with each other. They all reap the rewards financially, and the fans get shit on. That's the stat reality. Clubs don't want to hear that. BT and Sky don't want to hear that, but that's the reality. I've said it for years. Season comes out, you get your fixture list, you look at your fixtures, you plan, I'll get a bus there, or I'll get a taxi there, or I'll get the train or a flight, and then it all chops and changes to suit both, because they're reaping the rewards while you get shit on. So it is. For me, I would not book anything ahead of the event except Wembley. I'd hit Wembley. Listeners, apologies if I've not read them out. There's more there, but we've overshot the runway. Thanks for joining us. Well done, Middlesbrough. Paddy, if you're on the bus and you're watching this, I knew some of the players over the years have been watching this live on the bus when Neil Warnock was there. Balassi was one of them. He used to join in. And I know one or two others, but they're still there. I'm not to say who they are. If you're watching it, Paddy, you were fantastic. The team, well done. Michael Carrick, Woody, well done. Look forward to Wednesday. It's going to be fantastic. The atmosphere is going to be electric. And let's hope we blow them away and we meet whoever we meet at Wembley. We don't give a flying because we're better than anybody. Got to get the Riverside Rock and get behind this team. Make it a cauldron of noise and have right go at these on Wednesday. That's for Russell Wells. Last one of that. And thanks as always to you for watching, which is paramount importance. Cornerstone Business Solution, Cleveland Systems Engineering, Galaxy Blinds and Interiors, RWTA, Richard Wells Train Associate, Advanced Utility Solutions, TGM Cars and Borough Ship Museum. Up the Borough, roll on Wednesday, can't wait. My adrenaline's going now and it's only Sunday. See you later, thanks for joining us.